Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into my top 5 NFL bold predictions for week number 5. I'm just going to throw around some random bold predictions on what I think is going to happen in this upcoming week. So let's get right into it. Starting with Denver and Pittsburgh combining to score 24 points. This is definitely a bold prediction. So both of these offenses are really challenged with Big Ben looking complete. Both of these offenses are really challenged with Big Ben basically done. We'll see what happens. Teddy Bridgewater got injured last week. Drew Lock came in. I'm not confident in that at all. Both of these defenses really good. So I don't know if 24, I looked at the over-under. I saw it was 40.5 was the over-under in this one. I could see a scenario where the final score on this game is, 17-10, 17-7 very easily. You don't really know if it's going to happen with turnovers, field position, things like that. But if these teams are forced to drive down on the defenses that they're going to face, it's going to be very tough for them to sustain drives and score a lot of points. This is going to be a sleeper, 1 o'clock game, Denver and Pittsburgh. Very low scoring. We'll see if they combine to score 24. It might be a little bit higher than that, but it's going to be a low scoring affair. Trevor Lawrence gets his first win, so I really like this kind of scenario for Trevor Lawrence to finally get his first win. They're 0-4 right now. Jacksonville are. They're on a crazy losing streak. The last time the Jaguars have won was week 1 of last year. So they're on a crazy losing streak. But no, Trevor Lawrence at home versus Tennessee. Tennessee, we saw how bad their offensive line looked last week against the Jets. I just think it's a good scenario. The Jets beating Tennessee last week. Tennessee going for the tie there at the end. I'm glad they missed it, But Trevor Lawrence improving. I think that's what you're going to see. We saw Zach Wilson look a little bit better. These rookie quarterbacks, it takes time. Trevor Lawrence looking a little bit better last week in Cincinnati. No, they didn't get the win. It was a close loss. They're improving. I think this is the week Trevor Lawrence at home versus Tennessee. We'll have to see what, with the status on Julio Jones and A.J. Brown as it pertains to the Titans offense. If both of those guys are out, I could definitely see it happening. But I do think it's going to happen either way. Trevor Lawrence getting his first win. These rookie quarterbacks, everyone's been hating on these rookie quarterbacks. You're going to start to see some improvements from Justin Fields, from Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson. Mac Jones, they still haven't taken the training wheels off of Mac Jones. But we'll have to see if they end up doing. These rookie quarterbacks, they need time. Trevor Lawrence gets his first win this week at home against Tennessee. Good spot for him. The Browns-Chargers game is the game of the week. I'm expecting this to be a very good game. Two very evenly matched teams. The Browns might have the better overall team, but the Chargers, I would say, have the better quarterback. Baker Mayfield looked really bad against the Vikings. I think he'll be a lot better than what he showed against Minnesota. And then the Chargers, they play tonight. I'm recording this video on Monday, so we'll have to see how they do against the Raiders. But these are two really fun teams. You've got the Browns, you've got the Chargers. I'm looking at like 30-27, maybe a walk-off field goal, evenly matched, especially the games in LA. This is going to be a very evenly matched game, 4:05 start time, possibly the game of the week. Higher scoring, but not too high scoring because the Browns still do have a really good defense. So I'm expecting really good game there. Number 4, the Eagles beat the Panthers on the road. So this is kind of an upset. The Panthers coming in at 3-1. The Eagles are 1-3. But I'm high on the Eagles. I really am. I'm high on Jalen Hurts. I like him. Devontae Smith, really good receiver. Underrated weapons. They do need to utilize Miles Sanders a little bit more. You got to give him a few more carries. It was a tough matchup this past weekend against Kansas City. The Monday night game against Dallas, they did get crushed. Jalen Hurts, kind of growing pains, younger quarterback, few turnovers there. But the Eagles, better than their 1-3 record. I really do think this is like around a 500 type team. They could win 7 or 8 games, maybe even 9 games this year. And I think they get a big win at the Panthers. The Panthers, a lot worse, I believe, than their record says they are. Sam Darnold's been a nice, fun story, but they're 3-1. We saw what they did against Dallas. They got, it was a close game throughout the first half without McCaffrey. They're going to be missing McCaffrey again for this game. We'll have to see if he comes back. I know they didn't put him on the short-term IR, so he may be back after this week, but he's definitely going to be out this week. Give me the Eagles in a close one on the road, maybe a little upset, beating the Panthers to improve to 2-3 on the year. And then my final bold prediction for week number 5, the Bears beat the Raiders. That game's in Vegas. Justin Fields kind of has a breakout performance with 3 touchdowns. So we saw Justin Fields get the start. Obviously, we saw him against the Browns. You couldn't even grade him. I mean, he got sacked 9 times. He was pressured all game. It was a terrible situation. He calms down a little. He's in a better environment at home versus a subpar Lions defense plays well. No touchdown passes, but a really good, average yard per attempt, throwing the ball deep. I think this is his game where he breaks out maybe 2 passing touchdowns and a rushing scramble touchdown against the Raiders, and the Bears get an upset win in Vegas against the Raiders. Bears, very underrated defense. They used to have a great defense. Now it's not as good, but it's still a good above average defense, I think. That would be a big win for the Chicago Bears and Justin Fields. Again, I think the main storyline we're going to be seeing is many of these younger quarterbacks. Everyone wants to hate on them. Zach Wilson, 4 interceptions week 2. Justin Fields, 6 of 20. Trevor Lawrence leading the league in interceptions. These guys need time. There's going to be growing pains there. We're going to start to see these guys turn it around. We saw Trevor Lawrence last week look decent. I think he gets the win this week in a favorable matchup at home versus Tennessee. I think Justin Fields kind of breaks out. We saw him kind of look decent. Zach Wilson similarly. Big win he had big win in overtime. So these rookie quarterbacks, the storyline, they're going to get better. And you take a look at my top 5 overall predictions. Like I said, Denver and Pittsburgh, 24 total points. Again, that would be like a score 17-7, something like that, like a really low scoring game. The over-under is 40. The combination of 2 really subpar offenses facing 2 really elite defenses, unless there's turnovers to where there was really short fields or like a kickoff return for a touchdown or a pick six, the game is going to be very low scoring. Trevor Lawrence getting his first win. I talked about that. Browns, Chargers, Baker Mayfield, Justin Herbert, 2 really good young quarterbacks. Although Mayfield struggled last week, he'll be looking to bounce back. That should be a really good game, possibly a walk-off field goal type game, maybe an overtime type game. Eagles beating the Panthers. I'm high on the Eagles, lower on the Panthers. Eagles are better than their 1-3 record. Panthers are worse than their 3-1 record. I know the game's in Carolina, but they are missing Christian McCaffrey. And then the Bears and Justin Fields kind of breaking out, beating the Raiders in Vegas. That would be a big win for Justin Fields and for the Chicago Bears. So, guys, those are my rapid-fire top 5 bold predictions for week number 5 of the NFL season. We do have a game tonight. We got the Monday Night Football game, and then week 5. It's already getting towards midseason. It's a great time of the year. The weather, the leaves are changing. We need to get some colder weather. I like 50-degree, maybe low 60-degree weather. Right now, it's like 71. It's just too warm for me. But, guys, that is going to do it. Make sure you are following me on Twitter. Link to that's always in the description. I'm, of course, the Depressed Ginger. Thank you for watching.